fear. Flight or fight. You have two decisions that you can make when you're afraid, and those are the decisions. The problem is sometimes you can't run away. You have to fight. I think there are many moments at which I've been overwhelmed and stressed, and I felt sick and nauseous. Like, the circumstances are bigger than me. I don't know what to do. I can't fix this. I've tried everything I know how, or I know what I think I'm going to do, and I don't think that even if I give it my best, it'll work. Like, there's such a small chance. And I think either you overcome the circumstances or they overcome you. And if you do the former, you're a hero, and if you do the latter, you're a victim. You know, you don't have to be omnipotent. Like, you don't have to necessarily have the power to control the outcome. You just have to make a decision about what you're going to do in response to circumstances, and come to peace with your decision and what your role is in the story, and sort of transcend the near-term outcome with the long-term outcome. So what I mean by that is, let's just say that let's just say you've raised $300,000, and to start up, capital to like get the business set up and hire first couple people, and then you need more money to build a team, to launch, to whatever. And when you raise this money, you know that 6 months from now you're going to run out, right? And then it's 5 months, and then it's 4 months, and then it's 3 months, and then it's 2 months, and then it's 1 month. And then you're like, okay, we've hired people, and they're not going to get paid if I don't do something. That is why most founders are freaking stressed. That, right? And that scenario is built into the nature of a startup. Until you basically build a self-sufficient business where there's a model of growth that investors know that you've got some crank that you're churning, right? That your user growth, there's growth in the rate of user growth, and there's a graph that looks like this, or that you're going to get to break even in 6 months, or until you're there, there's capital that goes into the business to get you there, right? For a lot of these high growth startups, can you imagine if Larry and Sergey had to bootstrap Google, right? It's the role of venture capital is to do this stuff, but it's on the founder to, it's not like the universe is just going to throw you money, startup capital. No, it's a very aggressive conversation between the startup and the capital markets, the investors, about why it deserves to live, and why not it deserves to live. That's how the startup thinks about it. Why it's a good investment for the investors given all the opportunity costs of all the places they could allocate their capital. And so I think a lot of founding teams, you hear in Silicon Valley, you go to these conferences, they say, great founding teams have an amazing technical co-founder, an engineer, software engineer. They have a great designer. They have these roles, and those roles are really important. But the role of the CEO is traditionally the business founder, and in those areas, in those situations where it's not the business founder, you need to do a really good job of importing talent around that person to do this role. The number one job of the CEO is to make sure people get paid. And so, yeah, fundraising is a top priority. Either fundraising or just getting to break even or revenue. These are very much on the mind of a founder, and And the thing about being that salesperson is that you can always be better. You can always work harder. You can always probably fit more meetings into your schedule. You can always be more organized. You can always create better materials. You can always position the company better. You can always have a better narrative. You can always have a better plan. But at the end of the day, when you walk out of the meeting, it's the investor's decision to invest. It is beyond your control. And if you can't surrender to that, if you can't like give it up and like come to peace with it, then you will be miserable.